Hi everyone, I'm Elmina Mr. There is a show that brings you stories each month, making impact on the economy. And on this edition of The Notice, welcome to Cape Coast. Cape Coast, I would say, is one of the famous cities in Ghana and abroad. It is known for its challenging and heartfelt history. While this part of Ghana may have some sad story, including being the third poorest region, however, it still has some elite schools changing and transforming the lives of people to benefit the society. They can also boast of the kaolin, which is used to make ceramics. While the central region has a population of more than 2 million people, and their common job is fishing and salt production. While I'm in Elmina, as you can see, I'll be finding out the challenges the fishery here faces. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I'm Elmina Mr. There is a notice that you're watching. We are about to have an interaction with Mr. Godfred, who happens to be in charge of the fishery here in Elmina. Thank you, sir, for your time. Please, I would like to ask, fishing done in Elmina, obviously, Central region is having a population of more than 2 million, and their common job is fishing and salt production. So, in that sense, would you say that fishing done here is done to please the law or is done to please the people?
Normally, we have the Fisheries Act 2002, Act 625, which we, the managers of the fisheries sector, which is the Fisheries Commission, we use to manage the fisheries. So as the fisheries in the central region, I may say, is done in line with the law. Yeah, no one goes to sea just like that, but everybody use the law. The fishermen themselves, they know the law. So it's the law that we are using to manage the fisheries sector.
Okay, so it is done to please the law. Obviously, the equipments are being used for the fishing licenses are also followed. I want to ask this. There is actually the equipment that should be used. It says small fishing vessels, including canoes, operating within the hours of dusk and dawn, shall carry a white light of a pattern approved by the commission, such as a well-made hurricane Latin, which is visible around the horizon and suspended from the mast. I want to ask, I'm just worried about this. Do we still have people who are operating at dawn? And if they're operating at dawn, I want to ask the reason why.
Fishermen, actually, when they go to sea, they lay their nets in the night and operate till dawn. Or they start dusk and ended in dawn. Most of them use lights. Even when they lay the nets, they have reflector lights that shows that there is a net there for the incoming vessels to see. So definitely they are using the lights.
Why are they fishing at night? I just want to know why to get plenty of the fishes, or I don't know the reason behind that.
Actually, fishing in the night is an old way of fishing that they inherited from their grandfathers. That is why when the moon is up, when the moon is very bright, they don't go to fishing. And when they lay their nets also in the night, it's difficult for the fishes to see that there is a trap there. So mostly they like fishing in the night other than during the day. Because the fishes are also knowledgeable, they see the net, they will return. They will not go there.
Okay, so here in Elmina, I want to ask, do you have a timeline for fishing? Because when you are coming from second gate, you are coming towards Elmina, you will see that there are different canoes or vessels being packed at different seashores. So I want to ask if there is a timeline for fishing and also a one way of entry into the sea, because maybe somebody feels like fishing, you just paddle the boat or the canoe on the sea.
And a timeline in the sense that during Tuesdays, it's a fishing holiday, so no canoe goes to fishing unless those who went Monday before Tuesday. They you will see coming back to dock at the beach. And mostly in the afternoons and around 4 o'clock that way, you may see the beach saying. That one, they do it along the beach. They cast the net in the sea and then come to the beach to haul it. You may see them in the afternoon, late in the afternoon that way, or in the morning. Yes, you see that they are holding some line and then pulling it whilst they are singing, just to calm down their energy and all sorts. So I may say we have a timeline, because since we observe the holiday as a Tuesday, which is a fishing holiday, and Wednesday before people go to sea, we have a timeline. Yes.
You were talking about hauling the net or the line. I want to ask, in case there are elderly people in it, pulling that line. So, do they have side effects? Because your waist may be paining. It's a heavy load that you're pulling. With this number of people pulling it.
If that there are elderly people among them, but it's something they use for ages, from their infancy, so they are used to it. It's just like you'll be clapping hands. Whether you are old or not, when you clap your hand, you don't feel the pains. So they are used to it, actually. But I don't think they involve much energy when they are hauling. Although they are there, but the younger ones will do the most work.
So let's talk about the quality. These fishes, I know, Ghana, we export some to other countries. So in terms of quality, the other day I came here and I witnessed, just at the place where the vessels and the canoes are being packed, you see there are some leftover foods just floating on the surface of the water. And in some cases, foods. Yeah, and in some cases, rubbish just floating on the surface of the water. We are talking about quality, and obviously quality affects price. So if you are talking about quality, shouldn't there be a policy where we can deal with these people polluting the water bodies, these people making these fishes defective? Because Ghana, we are gaining income from these fishes. So is there any policy against this?
Well, a lot of policies were there to at least get those rubbish and wastes from the water, especially in the lagoon here. But now that coastal authority has come, Fisheries Commission is also helping to at least get the rubbish out of the water. And I may say we sometimes go out to educate the fishermen, but they are in their own world. Sometimes they go far to the sea to get their fish, so they may not see the essence of the putting rubbish in the lagoon here. But we educate them that fishes come here. They can travel far and come and lay their eggs here. So as they come and lay their eggs and they are hungry, they may eat those contaminated things we put in the water, even some rubbers, and then it will end up in its death. So we have been educating them.
Okay. The welfare of the people also here is very imperative, in the sense that for a fisherman on the canoe on the water, I don't know if there has been a situation where the boat or either the vessel or the canoe has somersaulted, and people on board have fallen in the sea. Has there been any incident like that?
Uh, it may happen, or it has happened before, but there is no recorded death. Actually, I know. What they do is that, like the bigger vessels, they have life jackets that they use at sea, and then the canoes, they have boats. We call them tabo. And when such incident wanted to happen, they put the boats on the sea and then lie on them and swim back. So they have a lot of rescue tactics that they use, and other, I may say, instruments like the GPS that they use to rescue themselves.
In every institution, there are challenges. The Fishery Commission, I dare say there are challenges here. So, what are the challenges that you're facing here?
Uh, we have a lot of challenges. Actually, overcapacity of the fisheries is one of the major challenges we have, because we realize that anybody who constructed a boat push it into the sea to fish. You see, it shouldn't have been so. We Fisheries Commission has taken the pains to register almost all canoes in Ghana, or I may say all canoes, but yet still we are in the process of looking at how we can control them. But Rome is not built in one day, so we are on that. So I may say the second problem we have now is overfishing. Yeah, overfishing. Because in previous years or decades ago, we have been seeing bumper harvests of our flat sardinelles and then our round sardinelles. But now we cannot see them, meaning that there is something happening. And what is happening? That means the fish stock is declining, is going down, and the cause might be overfishing. So that is also one of the problems we have in the sector. And we have another challenges, which is open access. See, open access. Everybody just construct a boat, take people in it, they go to sea to fish and come back and sell. Although regulations are there, but I may say that one also we are in the process to get all those things done. So I think these are the major challenges we have.
So, overfishing, do you need government help? Do you need any help from the government?
Oh yes, actually we ourselves are government. We are a government agency and we are working for the government. So we have the law there that is saying that if you see that the fish is being overfished, then you must regulate fishing. You give quotas, you implement close seasons and other tools that can calm down the overfishing status of the fisheries. So I may say, looking for government's help, I think we already have it. We have the law that we will implement.
All right, so when the fisherman gets to the shore with those fishes in the canoe, how do you share the fishes? Because the other day when I came here, I've been witnessing a lot of incidents where there was some kind of conflict with who gets the fish first. So, do you have the kind of people? Do you follow a queue? Do you have names that you call out to give the fishes?
You mean those who are coming to buy the fish? Oh, actually, what I know in my own small way is that some canoes are there that are having owners. So when they bring the fish, they call the buyers to come for the fish. And when they come, they take their fish away. But those that are selling their fish, it's like a market. You bargain, you push each other, and then that's what they do actually to get the fish out. So I may say, if you don't own the fish, meaning that if you are a processor and you pay for the fish to be brought to you, you just go straight and get the fish. But if you don't own the fish, you need to go and a bit struggle to get the fish.
So, before the canoe sets off, do you check the people on board? Do you have uh, the eligible people who are to fish, or you don't check it?
We don't have that capacity here. Our MCS, Fisheries Commission, has a unit, Fisheries Enforcement Unit, which comprises of MCS and in line with Marine Police and Navy. Normally, they have to check those that are on board and all those things. So we don't have that capacity here.
Actually, I don't know. I've been hearing this, and I don't know if you can clarify it for me. I heard that there are some Chinese people here on our sea with a boat, on our sea, and all that they do is to catch our fishes and they export them. I don't know if it is true. If it is not true, I just want to clarify.
I can't say it's not true. I'm a manager, but you see, Chinese cannot just come and be in our sea and be fishing. Normally, the law also says that any fishing boat that is coming to fish in our waters must get a Ghanaian representative who will stand in for the owner of the boat, you see. So we have the Ghanaian there. And then the number of crews in about 70% of the crews must also be Ghanaians. Aha. So you can see that if you say Chinese are in our waters, it's not Chinese, only Chinese. You understand? We have representative who goes in for the license, who goes in for everything. They are well licensed. Aha. So it's not like Chinese, they came down to be in our sea. There are a lot of processes that they pass through to get the fishing done in our sea.
But what impact is it having on our economy? Is it having, a good impact? Do you think what you are doing is very good? Is it helping us?
For that, I didn't reach that level to see whether they are having a positive impact or a negative impact. The reason why I'm saying that is that they come in to take license to fish. You see, what is the where is the license going, or what is the license going to do? It's going into the GDP. It's helping the economy, but I cannot say much about that. So paying license at the fishery sector, it goes into the economy.
So we have COVID-19 here with us, and it is actually affecting us in numerous ways. I want to ask, in what way is the COVID-19 affecting fishing people?
Um, since COVID-19 came, we haven't had any agent report on our beaches, but we make sure that we put the logistics that will calm down the COVID-19 into place, though. But I haven't seen any so much effect in terms of the human transmission of the COVID-19. But what I've seen is that that was 2020 when the COVID-19 came, and fish prices becomes higher, and fishermen, most of them, they fear of going to sea. But although they have been going, but you see that there is some sort of panic around, which reduces the activities we have at the beaches. So this has affected a lot of processes and even the fishermen themselves.
So how are you protecting yourself in the face of the COVID? They are saying we should wear a mask. Yeah, obviously, we have actually distance, so we are not wearing some. I have the mask right here. Okay, but to the fishermen, when they are on the canoe, do they wear masks? Do they distance themselves?
Right now, if I take you to my office there, you will see a lot of hand sanitizers and masks. We often go to them and then share and educate them. So we still have some there right now as a witness for me to show to you. Yeah, we do that once a while, like every 2 weeks. The fishing holiday, like Tuesday today, we'll go out, educate them, share nose masks and then hand sanitizers to them.
So for somebody who is, his only source of livelihood is fishing, and he's also the breadwinner for the family. In that case, if he goes to fish and he comes back without fish, uh, is there any package that the person gets? I mean, for his family, for himself, is there any package like money, income that he gets from the management?
No, actually, there is nothing like that as at the moment. When you go to sea and you haven't gotten fish, you come back. We don't have the capacity to at least give out some incentives to cushion the fisherman. I don't think we have any capacity like that to do so. So when they come back and they don't have fish, I don't know. There are other ways. We have been educating them on other livelihoods that they can engage themselves into, so that when they go to sea and they didn't get fish, maybe that one can also help the family. Like going to small trades, like putting some kiosks and selling some provisions, other ice water, and then doing some small farming somewhere, like cocoa farms and other cash crops that can sustain them, maybe even they themselves, their future. So we've been educating them, but we don't have the capacity to cushion them when they haven't gotten fish from the sea.
I want to ask this question. I don't know if it is the kind of thing that you do here, but when the fisherman goes to fish, um, does he actually care to know the kind of fish which is fast selling on the market, so that he will know if I'm supposed to catch either a catfish or catch tilapia or redfish? I don't know if he actually takes that into consideration before he goes to fish.
I say yes, but I cannot be in a position to talk much about that for the fishermen. Fishermen are in their own world and they are highly intelligent. I can't say they are educated, but they are intelligent in their field. They keep on evolving gears. And when I say gears, nets. They keep on evolving gears pertaining to the fish they wanted to catch. So they have different types of gears that they use to catch different types of species. So I can say they are very intelligent in that. They know what or the type of fish they are going in for, and they know the net to use to catch that particular fish.
And I learned, from 1st July forward, the government to be closing down all fishing sites here. And I want to ask, the impact actually is very, good. But closing down fishing for 1 month, for somebody depending on the fishes in the sea, how does he survive?
The thing is, you see, it's now very necessary for the sea to be closed. Otherwise, we'll end up like how other countries has ended up with their fisheries. Like the Indonesia, it happens before. Their fisheries has collapsed. Australia, some of the fisheries there has collapsed, and then even Canada. You see, so it's necessary now that the the exact fish that holds the livelihood of our canoes owners or our fishermen is the sardinella and then the anchovies and the sardinella, the anchovies. Now we cannot get them from the sea. So it's highly necessary for us now to at least take preventive measures to help the fisheries to regenerate. So closing the sea, I think, is in the positive direction, but the impact that it will have on the fishermen, I think we should all bear it. I will just plead that we should all bear it, because if something is happening to you, at least some sacrifices must be done. So you sacrifice to gain a lot some other time.
So is the closed fishing season done annually or?
Actually, it's supposed to be so. It started in. It's supposed to be in 20. It started in 2019. It's supposed to start 2018, but fishermen were not consulted to the details that they want. So it was postponed to 2019. So the first close season that I can talk about was in 2019 June. And then because of the COVID for 2020, last year's close season hasn't come on. So this year there is a need. There is a need. that this one should come on. And I can say it can continue annually, just because close season for 1 month cannot regenerate fish. It needs years. It needs years. And I thank the fishermen. They are observing a hidden close season that they themselves don't know. Normally they don't go to sea on Tuesdays and then sometimes Sundays. So in a year, you see, let's say in 1 year, twice a week give us 8 in a month. So when we multiply that 8 by 12, it's about 96 days. So when we add that 96 days to the 1 month we are going to have now, which is 31 days, you see that they've done a lot. And this can take place at least for 5 years before we can see that our fish is generating.
So far, since you started, can you say it is having an impact?
Yes. Because after the close season in 2019, researchers have taken the pains to see how the fishes that were caught, the sizes, and then the growth of the fishes, and it's encouraging. Although 1 month cannot, but you see that the sea too becomes calm, no noise, so the fishes, they also live freely, so they grow faster, and at least I may say it's encouraging. Otherwise the fisheries would have collapsed by now.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about this area where you are located. I want to ask: there is a place that the fishermen stay, or there are other residents here? Because just within this closed area, you see there are some people in kiosk and
Mostly those that you are seeing around in kiosks and stores and hawking around, I will say they are auxiliary workers. You see, they help the fishermen to carry on their activities, like the ice water sellers, ice block sellers, and then other gari sellers, and but the fishermen themselves, they have their homes, that when they after they come back from fishing, they go home to rest. Some even, I can say Elmina is like a mini port for migrating boats. So some even park their boats here and take a car back to Commander to rest and come back.
but it looks like all of them coming together. This place is kind of congested. Don't you think that is a problem to even the fishermen here living in slums and also getting up to work? Don't you think it is affecting?
Sometimes people do come here. You see, one person cannot go for fishing. So those who come around, they also perch around just to get the fishing work done, and so that they can also get something. So early dawn, imagine if you are staying at, let's say, um, uh, this place, Atabaje, and you are to leave for fishing around 3 a.m. You may not get taxi from there to come here and join your boat or join your canoe before you go to sea. So a lot of fishermen, I may say a lot of fishermen to have perch around just to get their work done so that they can also earn some income. Although it look like a slum, but as time goes on, I think government will do something about it. Maybe building decent accommodations for them.
That's what you're looking for.
Yes, of course.
The new Minister Hawkins. She's
Yes.
even from Cape Coast, so maybe Central Region, so maybe she
Yeah,
should be doing.
yeah, I'm sure.
All right, thank you very much, sir,
You are
for your
welcome.
time.
You are welcome.
Really appreciate it.
You are
Thank you.
welcome.
So that is the notice. I'm Elmina Mr. Thank you very much.